What is going on? We are back in the world of Dokkan, and the 8th anniversary is not over, despite the lack of content which has been plaguing me because I have done a lot of the events. I did end up doing the Sin Shenron event. It now has a new event that has a beautiful banner image. I love this banner image. 8th anniversary battle. I have not seen anything about this because I have pretty much stopped playing JP. I don't really watch too much JP Dokkan content, so this is about to be very easy, very hard. I have no idea, but I like the way it's set up. The event is basically set up where it's the 1st anniversary up to the 8th anniversary, and each stage is like the banner cards of the anniversary. Like the first year was Janemba and Gogeta. I like that. That's pretty damn cool. And as you can see here on full display is the new LRs that I got. This anniversary was very, very lucky for me. I was able to pull the AGL Goku. I'm link leveling him at the moment. I was able to rainbow this guy. This guy's a monster. Your boys, Power of Wishes. I'm not going to lie to you. I think this card is infinitely better than this card just because of the fact that you do get a revive on all team. But I'm so happy I got this card. Like this card, I love the art for this. I think that had this had been Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, as redundant as that is, it would have made it a little bit harder because I don't know. I never liked Kid Goku. Like Kid Goku wasn't terrible, but I never really looked at him as like, oh my god, that's just an amazing design. That's an amazing character. I didn't really ever care about Kid Goku, so it's not that I hate the card. It's just that, you know, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegeta is a lot more hype, and I'm happy I was able to pull him. Yo, when it comes to summons, yo, the banners, they were pretty damn generous. I realize now that I did upload a video of some of my luckier summons, but I don't think I put it to my YouTube channel. I put it to my cringy TikTok. Yes, I made a cringy TikTok. I'm sorry. I used it just mostly for, like, uploading clips that I usually would not upload to the YouTube channel, but I think it's probably better that I just upload it because it's better to have something than nothing, I assume. But with that being said, this banner was actually pretty damn generous. It was actually pretty damn lucky. And I think, as tempted as I am to use some stones, because I got some stones left over, I really don't want to summon on anything other than the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And that's if the worldwide celebration doesn't come before it. I don't know what the worldwide celebration is going to be. But I really do think that the Goku that came out on JP recently looks fire. Like, that looks amazing to me. Let's put this guy in first slot. This is a new individual. He's a new guy. You know, let him rock. Let him get it out there. I would have to say that this Goku is very, very cool. He has very unique passive. I would say that he's kind of, when you look at his passive, just his passive, he's kind of like a worse version of Golden Frieza, the ALR Golden Frieza. The reason why I say worse version is because he doesn't do damage mitigation. He does defense only. And one thing that I kind of don't like is that it takes him approximately 9 turns for him to get an attack boost, whereas Frieza gets 5 turns. But he's still pretty good. He is a tank, and he's able to take those hits. But yo, man, if I was at Dokkan, I would have told him, like, yo, listen, not everybody be playing the game where you're gonna get hit 9 times. We'd like to have some fun. We'd like to have some love in our life. We'd actually like to see the full potential of the card before it becomes 12 a.m. midnight. All right, there we go. All right, that was pretty easy. If only this was this easy when the 1st year anniversary came, I would have loved to beat the crap out of Gogeta, because I never pulled Gogeta. Gogeta at that time, honestly, if you got a couple of cards while playing this game, and one of them being Gogeta, you had a real easy time. Like, Gogeta, when that first banner dropped, he was the only character in the game who did damage to all. He was the only character in the game before others were awake and they gave +3 key to all, which sounds like who cares, but that was back when you wouldn't even get super attacks guaranteed every match. Like, that dude was a monster. That dude was so damn good. I never pulled him until, like, maybe, I don't know, 6 months, maybe even a year after that anniversary, but you know, I can't complain because we live in large now, okay? We might have been broke back then, but we live in large now. Although I personally don't subscribe to that ideology, the idea being that if you are down bad at one point and come up later on, that it somehow makes up for it. Because I was recently watching, like, some video, I think it was, like, from Shark Tank, and the lady was talking about how, like, if you're broke growing up, you'll basically overcome hardships, and you'll be able to get more experience. And once you get a little bit older, you're going to be able to take on these different difficulties easier. You're going to be a better business person. And people in the comments are talking about how like it's so much better to earn your spot as opposed to just having. And I'm like, yo, man, like these people, they don't realize how good it probably is to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Like, I don't know why so many people are obsessed with the grind, where they're like, oh, I grinded for this. I got to where I needed to get to. Granted, it's great that you work to get somewhere, but damn, I wish I could just get shit handed to me. I wish I could just wake up one day and be like, you know what? I just got something for free. I did no work. I really don't deserve this. It just so happens that I was able to get something for free. That would be amazing to me personally. I don't know why so many people are obsessed with this whole hard work ethic. Eventually you get a little bit sick and tired of it. And I think that when it comes to extreme cases, like when you get to the point where someone is, all right, so I muted my phone, but I think if you grow up in like a certain environment where like you're brokey, you don't get to do certain things, you never really have any money to do anything. I mean, eventually when you become an adult, yeah, you have money, but you never really get to recapture anything that you did not have originally. Like just because you grew up broke and eventually become a millionaire, it doesn't undo your brokenness. Like you were broke growing up. You were eating shitty food. You were basically playing with toys that may not even exist. You might have been using your imagination. And then when you get up and you're older and you have all this money, you try to recapture it. You try to get a nice car, try to get a nice house. You try to recapture some type of that lost joy you had as a kid, and it's pretty much just you chasing dreams. And that's the case of scenario where you're able to get up older and be healthy and happy, because there's so many cases in scenario where like, you know, you don't have enough money to do certain things, and those things are not just, oh, I don't have enough money to have fun as a kid. Those things are, I don't have enough money to pay my bills, so I have to do certain things in order to remediate that. And what ends up happening is that you start picking and choosing whether you're going to be able to pay certain bills, where you want your delinquencies to lie, where you want different things to basically crumble and fall apart. That shit's an L, bro. Like, I remember growing up, like, one of the most annoying things... Ooh, yo, is this guy going to counter? Counter this? Counter that? Yes. Dude, I love his counter. Dude, that's iconic. They did a good job with this Goku. Like, all his different moves are from, like, iconic poses, whether he was fighting Vegeta or when he turned Super Saiyan. Like, shit is actually pretty fire. But yeah, like I was saying, if you're basically growing up in a broke environment and you eventually get past that point, it's low-key not all where it needs to be, especially if you're someone who, like, you know, had to make whatever sacrifices. Eventually, you'll get whatever you want, and I'm thankful for that personally. Like I was saying, like, growing up, I remember one thing that was, like, painful, like, absolutely painful, is that we would just be brokies and basically not have... The one thing I remember that was so painful was, like, we did not have any TV whatsoever. Like, it was basically whatever was free on TV is what you were watching. So, like, PBS saved my life. Fucking 4Kids TV saved my life. And then what ended up being, like, the biggest, like, the biggest gap in between those two was just commercials. Like, I'd just be watching commercials. It'd be 4 o'clock in the morning just watching fucking Shark vacuum commercials, or just watching, like, random-ass Ultimate Chopper commercials, just fucking watching commercials and loving it. But that's the thing. Like, I would have much rather been watching Adult Swim, bro. Once we got cable, once I got old enough where we afforded cable, I was like, dude, fuck commercials. I want to watch Adult Swim, even though I wasn't old enough to watch that. Just don't tell my parents. So it's just that it's not worth it, bro. If you could choose being broke or being rich and quote unquote not earning it, because there's some people who are deluded and crazy enough to tell you that if you get something, like, people be out there and they'll tell you it's better to earn $1,000 by yourself than be given $100K, like, just giving it to you. Like, you're insane. You're absolutely positively insane. There's no difference between the spending money you get that you earn and the spending money you get when you just get it. Obviously, you get different experience in each, but you're not going to be thinking about experience when you need those bills. When those bills hit and you don't have the money, it no longer matters. That shit is irrelevant. Speaking of bills, speaking of money, one thing that unfortunately happened that basically is recent news is that my dad, who is basically the breadwinner, is basically the person who pays majority of the bills. I also help with, you know, my car insurance and other things like groceries here and there, but majority of bills are paid by my dad when it comes to my family. He's had a liver disease throughout his life because where he grew up, The doctor thought it was a good idea to use a needle on multiple people, and if you don't realize, there's a reason why needles are supposed to be disposable, is because disease can transfer pretty easily. He ended up getting a liver disease at a certain point in time. He did have hepatitis. He was able to kick that off, but it seems like his health is not super duper great, because he recently went to the doctor, and the doctor was basically telling him that you basically are developing, either you're developing or you have cancer on your liver. So he basically went to the doctor. The doctor was like, looks like you have a piece of your liver that has cancer, and he's going to do tests and different things in order to find out if it's just a piece of the liver and they can do surgery, or if there's like more of a spread of it, and if it requires chemotherapy. Hopefully that is not the case, because sometimes you can basically get to a scenario where, you know, you have a cancerous piece or a cancerous tumor or something of that sort. They can get surgically removed, and then you kind of sequester it from the rest of the body. But if it progresses to the point where it's like in your blood, God forbid, or if it's in your if it's generating tumors that can't be removed surgically, then you have to use chemotherapy to fight it back, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. And when you do chemotherapy, it's a double-edged sword, because you're killing your body and you're also killing yourself. Like, it's not healthy, really. So that news came out, and immediately after, my dad was like, he's like, not feeling good, went to the doctor, low key, I might be going to the next life, blah, 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 you know what I mean? All the depressing dad stuff. Then he's like, listen, what's going on with the money, bro? Where's the money? If I don't have a job, bills. If I don't have a job, bills. What are we going to do? Immediately, like, first thought was, hopefully he gets better, and the next thought was like, money. If I'm on disability, where's the money coming from? How are the bills going to be paid? What is going on? And it really is unfortunate, because, as much as people make a meme about free healthcare or government provided healthcare, it's unfortunate, because, like, one thing is, like, my dad could not quit or really retire early, because if he were to quit or retire early, he probably would have to pay for his own healthcare, which wouldn't be great. I don't know how it works when you retire. I have no idea how the healthcare system is once you retire. But point being, he can't quit because he needs that insurance. And even with the insurance, I have no idea what kind of medical expenses are going to come out of it. My dad, allegedly, I say allegedly because I don't know how sound this theory is, will never, ever, ever pay his medical bills. Like, he'd be like, I ain't paying for that. I have insurance. Why would I pay that? Which sometimes works out, but I don't know if it always works out. So I don't know if there's going to be extra costs. But basically talk to him, and, hopefully there's going to be some type of a test done or some information done to see how sick he is, and hopefully he'll be all right. At the end of the day, I mean, there's only so much you can do. There's only so much you're in control of. But I remember thinking, like, recently, like, with my job, I was feeling a little bit more comfortable. I'm like, saving some money, maybe be able to buy a house, and it seems like things just came crashing back down to where it started. I mean, it's kind of one of those weird things, and that's another thing that you talk about when it comes to money, like getting money, is like when you start off broke, or if you start off down bad and you eventually work your way up. I don't know, for me personally, like, I'm at the point now where I do have some money. When I say some money, I mean enough where I pay my bills and I can contribute to my 401k and save some money on the side. But I can't help but feel like it could just go away at any point in time. Like, there's no real guarantee of you being financially solid. There's no real guarantee of you having money. There's no, I mean, for me personally, like if there was ever, God forbid, a situation or emergency where like 100 grand was needed, life or death, like, I pretty much would clear out like majority of my savings. I would pretty much, have not much to show for the past 5 years of work. But that's most Americans. I mean, when you really think about it, like, most Americans don't have a gigantic bank account. They don't have a gigantic credit line. Like, they don't have a shit ton of money just sitting around. And literally, like, cancer, if you get cancer, like, if I got cancer, I'd probably be like, all right, if it was really bad, I would just give up on life. I'm not going to even lie. Like, I'm not going to just jump out the window, but I'd be like, all right, there's really, the past 5 years of what I worked for was pretty much worthless, because now I'm going to lose my job or not work as much. There is no real, like, there's no real support system. Like, in the United States, granted, there is, a hospital won't just throw you out, but there's different levels of care. There's different things. Like, I remember I went to the hospital where, like, one of my friends wasn't feeling well. We went to the hospital, And like literally there was some guy there he had cancer, and he was basically talking to the person at the front desk and was saying, "Do you take my insurance?" And they're like, "I think so." And he's like, "Well, I need to know because last time I went here and, I was charged thousands of dollars and I had to pay out of pocket." And like he ended up just leaving because he's like, "I'd rather fucking drop dead than worry about paying these bills." And I feel that, bro, because like at some point you have to realize like, like you get to a point where you're so frustrated and so upset, you're just like, I'd rather just die. Just let me die and I won't even pay these bills and I'll be perfectly fine. Because it's like, it's disgusting. Like, you literally try to save whatever scrounge of money you have. You literally try to get as much money as you need. And literally something as simple as being sick, you can lose your job after an extended period of time. You then are not going to be able to get a new job because you're sick. Unemployment or disability is only going to cover so much. And it really is a not good thing. I mean, hopefully, in the case of myself, my family, like, hopefully it won't be as bad. Hopefully my dad will be able to get, healthier and won't be, have anything bad happen to him. And really that's the most important thing, because, like, even, like, I joke and be like, what's the point of, like, working for the past 5 years if your savings get annihilated? But at the same time, like, there's only so much you can do, and at the same time there's only so much importance you can place on money, because if you were able, like, if I knew, like, oh, I'm going to be able to dodge a surgery, save like $500,000, but then in the long run I'm gonna lose my leg, that's not worth it. Like, no matter what, even if it's a scheme bullshit system, it's not worth it. That's like even for something that's not even money, like something like a title. Like, if you look at Ronnie Coleman, for example, in 1995, he hurt his back while training, and because he didn't want to jeopardize his training and his regime that he had done so far for the Mr. Olympia contest, he basically gave up on getting a surgery at that time and waited, and eventually when he lost, he was like, okay, let me go get surgery now. But at that point, it was years had passed. There was nerve damage. There was a lot of problems. And after surgery, he now can't walk. Like, he could walk, but his back is extremely weak to the point he's mostly in a wheelchair. And it's like, is he a legend in the bodybuilding community? Absolutely. But if he had stopped and gotten a surgery, like, would he still be a legend? I would say yeah, because he had won already Mr. Olympia. He was trying to go again against Jay Cutler. And at the end of the day, like, Ronnie Coleman is, a very popular figure. But I don't know if he knew that he would basically be in a wheelchair, I don't know if he would make that same decision. I probably wouldn't. I mean, that's crazy, bro. You're literally giving up your back and your legs just for a trophy that, who knows in 100 years if that shit's even going to be relevant. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's only so much you can do in this world that is going to be remembered forever. I mean, the fucking pharaohs built pyramids to remember themselves forever. And there's so many pyramids now, you just look and you're like, I don't know which one is which. It's like, okay, there's Pharaoh Ramsey, because that dude was in the Bible and that guy was in Scripture, but who else is a pharaoh? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can only do so much to preserve yourself so much. So really, at the end of the day, the most important thing is your health. The most important thing is your family. And for me personally, it is what it is. I think hopefully my dad will be okay. He'll more than likely, no matter what the scenario is, he'll have to get surgery to remove a part of his liver. And hopefully it will be okay, and hopefully financially everything will be all right as well. And at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do, and hopefully it ends up being a blip in the radar and it doesn't end up becoming a gigantic issue. Because there's nothing worse than, kind of getting used to a travesty, in the sense, like, for example, like one of my dad's friends, he's had cancer for, I think, at least 6 or 7 years, and he's on and off gone and done chemotherapy. He's on and off left to, basically take off of work. And it's just like, god damn, bro, like dude cannot even take a break from work because he needs to work. He needs money. He has kids in college. He has these different bills that he needs to pay. And it's like, oof, like that is like, life is exhausting as it is, but then if you're sick and you don't feel good and you have to deal with all that BS at the same time, like, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think that the more hardships you go through, you eventually rise to the occasion, but, you got to get to a certain point where you're like, okay, all right, like, this is too much. Like, there's that old story of, like, why was it that when I was going through all my hardships in life, where were you, Jesus? Where were you? And then it's like, well, I was there the whole time. I was carrying you. I was helping you. It's like, all right, okay. thanks, Jesus, I appreciate it. But at the same time, it'd be nice if I wasn't taking such massive L's. But that's an old Christian adage. It doesn't really matter or apply. But at the end of the day, I will repeatedly say over and over at the end of the day, hoping that things end up okay at the end of the day. But other than that, life has been good. Been able to stay at my job now almost pretty much over a year. So this is the second job I've stayed at more than 1 year. My first job that I went to, I stayed there for 3 years. My second job at Amazon, I was there for literally 1 year. As soon as I hit 1 year, I left. And now I've been at Microsoft for like a year and maybe a year and 3 months. It's definitely not huge yet, but I definitely envision myself being here for at least another 6 months to a year. I mean, like guaranteed. I mean, obviously I could get fired. Obviously I could quit for some reason or another, but I'm not really applying to jobs at this time. I mean, well, I'm not and I am at the same time. What I mean by that is I did have an interview that I did with Google in the past that I keep following up on and asking them, if there's new openings. It's technically still a valid interview. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case, and if it is the case that, Google was hiring, I would have to re-interview, which I don't know if I do that right now. Interviewing is a pretty draining process. It's very time-consuming. I've gotten used to it, and I've studied and gotten to the point where I'm able to do it, but it takes up a lot of your time. It's basically another job. It's basically another hobby, and right now, personally, I've been in a pretty good habit of making for me personally, I just find enjoyment from making YouTube videos, whether it be this channel, another channel. I have a lot of channels, but the one I probably upload to the most frequently is the Your Justice Warrior channel, which basically is it's I would say it's a commentary channel, but it's not necessarily cookie cutter to be just that. Actually, I made a video today. I was happy to watch it. It was that Alabama fight in Alabama where the security guard was basically trying to clear out a boat and put people there to park, and then he ended up getting jumped and beat up. And I just watched that whole video and I broke it down and I was loving it. That dude, that guy got his ass whooped, and then within the same span of that ass whooping, got back up and beat the shit out of the people who were beating him up, which was always nice to see instant karma. Because you could always have this guy eventually get his lick back, but he immediately got his lick back. Dude stood up, he had reinforcements come through, and he's like, all right, now I'm going to beat you up, now I'm going to get you. So I've been happy with that. I've been making videos on that channel, and I've also been in a good habit of going to the gym. It's especially starting to get easier now because for the past, I want to say, I don't know, maybe the past, I don't know, I would say probably the past 2 or 3 months, at least 2 months, it's been a little bit more difficult because of the fact that there's no football. Football season was over, so it was really boring. The Women's World Cup, the United States got knocked out, so now I'm depressed. I'm like, all right, I wanted them to win. The only person that I'll probably pay attention to now is maybe Spain and maybe Morocco. I mean, it's similar to the original, the Men's World Cup. I'm probably most interested in the Spain or Morocco, followed by, I don't know. I don't know, when it comes to the women's team, there's not many players that I follow. That's a problem. That's the thing. When it comes to the men's team, usually I could find a little bit of interest. Poland, I don't give a shit about Poland, but I could at least be like, okay, Lewandowski's from Poland, so I'll pay attention to that match just to see how Lewandowski does. But when it comes to the female team, I don't follow female club football, as most people don't, including females themselves. But I don't know. I did not see anything other than that one match recap where the United States bombed Vietnam for the second time. We basically got revenge for losing that war. That was a really good match. But yeah, the point was that the football season was pretty much over. And what I do at the gym is I'll do 20 to 30 minutes of cardio, depending on how much football content there is. Last time, there was a lot of, the last week, there was a lot of good football content. Even though it's preseason, I watched the Real Madrid versus Barcelona game. That El Clasico was really good. Barcelona beat them 3-0. I watched Madrid versus AC Milan. I watched Barcelona versus AC Milan. I then also saw the Juventus versus Madrid game. There's a lot of, the past 2 weeks, there was a lot of good matches. They were really good matches. And with your boy Lionel Messi joining Inter Miami, the MLS is actually watchable. Like I'm planning on going to the gym today, and the first highlight I'm gonna watch is FC Dallas versus Inter Miami. Some way, somehow, Messi was able to make a last-second free kick. I saw the highlights for that. They went to penalties, and once they went to penalties, they ended up winning. Like, yo, shout out to FC Dallas. They actually put up a good fight, and it kind of shows how shit Inter Miami is, because Inter Miami was literally bottom of the league. And then when Messi, Busquets, and Alba showed up, well, Messi and Busquets, now Alba, they're now actually contesting it. Like, they have not lost yet. They have not lost a single match yet. It's not guaranteed that they'll continue to win. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, they literally are a team of, they're not terrible, but they literally were last in the league. What is this? Massive race attack typically causes ultra damage to enemy, and within the turn activate, all attacks become critical hits. Okay, so let's do this to... this guy, and let's try to, like, focus him down a little bit. Okay, let's do that to that guy. And then let's not get too greedy, because I don't even know if we're going to be able to finish Vegeta. Let's focus, AGL Goku. And then, let's see, who does more damage? 619... 619, 782, 619, 782, 382. I guess it doesn't matter what order I put it in. I think I'll keep Goku and Vegeta here, because Goku and Vegeta being here... Ooh, you know what? No. Because can't... Wait. Yeah, no, I'm going to split them up, because Tech Goku can survive KOs, and AGL Goku can... They both can survive KOs, technically, so... If these guys do like a unkillable move, it's probably better to put Goku on one rotation. Ooh, we got the attack boost. Ooh, all right. See, this is nice. This is nice. Going from 4 to 5 million damage to 8 million oh, this is gonna be a crit too. Nice. That is badass, dude. Yeah, I mean, going to the gym, I don't know. Cardio was always boring, and I don't know. Like, I don't watch like what I used to watch movies and TV shows is Plex. And if you know what Plex is, it's basically like a local server that you use to like store your, like you'll store your files on your local files, and then you go to Plex. It's a local server. You go there and it's like a really nice UI. Everything looks super good, and you're basically able to watch your movies and watch your shows, and it looks good. Like, it looks really, really good. And the thing is, damn, that did a lot of damage. And the thing is that that only works when I'm at home. I don't have a VPN connected. So when I go to the gym, like, one of the shows I like to watch is like Ted Lasso as of late, right? I tried to watch it, but I don't have a VPN set up, so I wasn't able to watch it. And it ended up being a major L when it comes to that. And the weird thing that's with the Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta is that I can make them defensive, but if I'm not mistaken, they are, or they will be, less defense because they don't get the super, so I'm actually not going to do that. Let's do that. Let's do that for the skip. And then let's do that. And this should probably end it this turn, I would think. I mean, that's what I'm thinking, not what I'm knowing. But I've been able to be pretty consistent with the gym. I'm happy with that. Since December, I've been going like twice a week. Sometimes 3 times a week, sometimes 1 time a week. It depends. Like last week, I was able to go twice a week. The week before that, I basically was able to go... I went 2 weeks in a row once a week because I increased weights and I was more sore. But thankfully, the thing that I was able to do is I got my diet a little bit better. Well, actually, a lot of it better, because I used to eat out a lot more, and what I ate out was a lot more unhealthy, to the point that I would exercise 2 or 3 times a week, and my weight wouldn't go down that much. It would go down maybe like 1 or 2 pounds per 2 weeks, which isn't great, especially if you're looking to lose weight or looking to basically have more of an effect in terms of what your diet is and dictating how your body is. So one thing that I did is that I stopped eating fast food pretty much entirely. I never really ate fast food that much before, but I would occasionally eat it like once a week. I just stopped because I realized, like, I did the math the other day. Like, I was legit about to get some McDonald's chicken nuggets, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, in my head, I was like, yo, if one chicken nugget, single chicken nugget, if one single chicken nugget is like 20 calories, I'm gonna go get it right now. I will go right now and I will get McDonald's. And then I looked at it, I Googled it, and I realized that one chicken nugget's 40 calories. And I'm like, God damn, dude, 40 fucking calories. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's way too many calories. Like, that literally killed my vibe and killed everything to even, like, eat McDonald's. Because, like, if you think about it, like, one Chipotle bowl, right, of rice, lettuce, vegetables, if you don't add beans, if you don't add guac, you add chicken, maybe even double chicken, right? It's 600 calories, right? Filling, you eat it, it's a meal. A 20-piece chicken nugget is what I would usually get, 10 or 20. A 20-piece chicken nugget, right, is 800 calories, right? And it's so much fat, it's so much calories, and I was like, damn, dude, like, this is an out. And the thing is, you got to think about dieting the same way you think about finances, right? What is your risk tolerance? What are you able to risk? Like, if you're basically someone who's already fit and you're already on the way to wherever you want to go, and it's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna have a cheat meal today, that's fine, like, it's not that big of a deal. But for me personally, I don't like the whole idea of like I've eaten unhealthy things like, say, pizza, or I don't know, like, what was unhealthy that I ate? I don't know. Anything with bread, I usually consider to be unhealthy. Like heavy bread, like if you're eating like pasta and a bunch of bread, or sometimes you have eggs and a bunch of bread. Like, I don't know, bread is just such an L because it has so many calories and it doesn't really fill you up. But I saw the amount of calories them chicken nuggets had. I was like, nah, this is not it. And what ended up happening is that night I was super hungry and it was pretty late, and I was like, damn, let me get some chicken nuggets. Let me get this. Let me get that. Ended up, I went home. I was tired anyway. I fell asleep, and then I woke up the next day, and it was like, okay, I don't even care. Like, I didn't need those chicken nuggets. I was able to survive without them, which is always a weird thing for me, because I feel like the less I eat, the less hungry I am. As retarded as that statement is, like, if I were to eat breakfast, I will be hungry by lunch. But if I skip breakfast, I can get to dinner. It's just the way it is sometimes. Yeah, the point I was making about the whole interviews, remember how this started, how I said I don't want to do interviews, is because I've been, you know, making videos, I've been going to the gym, seeing friends, you know, doing some extracurricular activities that doesn't involve studying. And, you know, when you're studying, it really is like a job and a half. You're now basically going through the process of learning different things, studying, setting up these different interviews, emailing people, pretending like you're free all the time, even though you're in the middle of a lunch break and you're literally using that to interview. It's just one of those draining things where it's just, you know, it's not worth your time unless you really need a good job or you need the money, which I do, but I haven't really seen that many job openings where I'm like, oh, this is it, this is the one. Or, you know, you're just ambitious. Because for me personally, I did, like, I think last year before I switched jobs, I did at least 8 interviews, and 8 interviews amounts to approximately, I would say 8 interviews are probably at least 80 hours, and that's not studying. That's without studying, because the interview by itself, minimum is 5 hours, like, no exaggeration, it's 5 hours. And then outside of that, you then also have the, you know, time to talk to the recruiter, talk to the manager. Like, there's a bunch of in-between work you're going to do, and so just double that, 5 hours to 10. So that's 80 hours. And then when you think about the fact that you have to study, and for me, when I first started studying, it was a slow process. One problem took me like an hour to 2 hours. Then eventually get to the point where you're able to do multiple within an hour or two. It takes time. Like, it's so draining. Like, it's very, very rewarding, because the more studying you do, the better chance you have. So it's kind of cool that you know, it's kind of like exercising. You know, you go to the gym, you exercise. Now when I pick up groceries and I pick up shit, I'm like, oh, yo, this is lightweight. This isn't that bad, because, you know, you're you're training and you're getting used to it. But at the same time, like, I swear to God, like, the gym is way more enjoyable than studying. Like, I hate I hate studying, dude. I hate studying for shit that much. Like, when you're doing it for more than 6 hours a week during a weekday, it's disgusting, because you're basically choosing 1 or 2 days to spend 2 hours or more. And once the weekend comes, you see your friends and you hang out. And it feels like, for me personally, I need, like, time by myself. I love to be by myself. I love to do things by myself. Like, there'll be times where I love hanging out with my friends, but, like, if I'm at home or if I'm going to the store, if I'm going shopping, and especially if I'm going shopping where my friends don't really care about, like, I don't know why I try to tell my friends, I try to put my friends onto Kohl's. I'm like, yo, Kohl's got the deals and they got some pretty good clothes. They're like, nah, I don't care, irrelevant. So, you know, if I'm doing shopping on my own, if I'm doing things on my own, you know, it's enjoyable. I listen to music. I'm just one of those people, like, I don't like being so antisocial that if I have friends in the car, I'm not, unless it's a road trip, I'm not going to just like, turn music on and ignore the person who's in the car, unless it's like long enough where we're like, all right, we've literally been talking for like 2 hours. Let's take a break. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Very, very nice. But yeah, man, life is good. I mean, no matter what, you have to look at the positives in life. I mean, you know, what's some bad news that came out recently? You know, my dad not feeling good, might have to have more bills, more money out. But, you know, one thing I'm thankful for is this year I was able to contribute to my 401k. So far from January till now, I've been contributing 20% of my paycheck, which is a considerable amount. I mean, 20%, I'd be feeling that shit, right? So maybe next year I'm not going to be able to contribute to my 401k, and maybe the bills that I got to pay are like 10 or 15% more. But, you know, say thank God that, hey, it's 10 or 15% more, but I was already putting 20% on the side. So it's not like I'm going to die. It's not like I'm going to be broke. It's not like I'm going to go into credit card debt. Because there's nothing worse than being stuck between a rock and a hard place and then going to your credit card and being like, okay, I'm going to use this to pay for this, and then I don't know how I'm going to pay for that. And credit card debt is one of the worst debts you can possibly have. I know because my parents are like Dumb and Dumber. They love having credit card debt, and I'll do balance transfers to them, or I'll show them different mechanisms. Dude, look at this guy just dodging everything. Or I'll show them different mechanisms to deal with it. Mostly balance transfers or a new credit card. I guess we don't need 2 KO people here, because Goku can take a KO, and STR, Goku, and Vegeta can take a KO, so might as well separate them. But yeah, at the end of the day, you know, I'm just thankful. I mean, I was in a down mood. I was in a bad mood just because I was like, damn, like, my dad was telling me how he was going to the doctor. He was checking to see that everything was all right. But ended up being that it wasn't all right. I mean, it's not as bad as it could have been, but it's not great because now he has to basically do surgery and make sure that there's not more of it spreading. But, you know, you gotta be thankful for what you have, because a lot of times, like, even with my family and other people I'll talk to, it's always, and myself included, you're always thinking about the next step. You know, the next thing I want to do is get a new car. The next thing I want to do is get a new house. The next thing I want to do is get a new job. Like, the thing is, like, you have to be thankful for what you have, because nothing you have is guaranteed. Because, you know, for me, growing up, like, you know, sometimes you'd be broke, and there wasn't as much groceries. You know, you weren't able to drink anything but water. There was no Kool-Aid in the house. There was no iced tea in the house. And that's not something to cry about. That's probably better. I mean, I'm literally built like a fridge right now. It's probably better if I didn't drink Kool-Aid, right? But the point is that you can grow up with certain things that you don't have. And now I'm thankful, bro. Like, if I go to the store and I'm able to get seltzer, sparkling water, fucking fake ass vitamin water from Costco. I have a Costco membership. I don't have to go down the block and steal that shit from my neighbors. I pay for my Costco membership. Like that's something to be grateful for, because that's not something that you're guaranteed to have. At no point in time are you literally guaranteed to have everything that you want in life. So you really should just be grateful. Let's see. Should I transform? This is the final phase, right? I might as well transform, and I should just transform and kill this guy, honestly, because I think that regardless, like, honestly, I want to see Super Saiyan Goku Super. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Super Saiyan Goku Super. It looks nice. It's very, very beautiful. And if this doesn't finish it, then Gogeta should finish it in the second slot. But I think this should, honestly. Your boy Vegito ain't got a lot of HP left. Bye-bye, Vegito. Bye-bye. See you later, alligator. But, yeah. But that's life. There's ups, there's downs. There's good, there's bad. I mean, thankfully, I'll be honest with you. Like, I just had to mute my phone one more time. You know, people be blowing up your phone sometimes. I mean, it's not something that I intentionally do, but, you know, sometimes the plug be hitting you up. So let's do that. And let's do that. And let's do that. But, by the way, I think one good, really good memory would have been here would be the Bulma memory, because we would have been able to heal. I mean, we got revives and stuff to rely on, but it probably would have been better to have that healing ability. But yeah, like I was saying, it's always good to be thankful. You know, it's not just when Thanksgiving comes around that you should be thankful. You should be thankful at all times. And even for me, like, you know, like, I'd probably say one of the hardest years for me was probably 2017, 2018, 2019. And then obviously when Corona came, that was tough times for the world. So I definitely had a rough, I'd say a rough 4 years. 2018, 2019 was really hard. And then 2020, 21 was hard. But now everyone went through that. Like, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. If what happened, so say 2018 and 2019, I was like sick all the time. My parents were always fighting. Money was tight. And there was just issues at every corner. If what happened in 2018 instead happened in 2020 while COVID was happening, and I caught COVID, I'd probably die. I'm not even joking with you. I was at the point where, like, in 2018, 2019, like, there were suggestions that doctors gave where they're like, oh, maybe we should, like, go into a procedure where we look down and see what's going on with your stomach or something like that. And I was like, does it include anesthesia? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that because I thought I was going to die. Like, I was legit like, if I go and I do this anesthesia, I'm not going to fucking wake up because my body just can't handle that shit. Hell fucking no. All right. Ooh, we actually got a Dokkan mode. I guess the Dokkan mode carries on from Vegeta. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I was able to overcome some hardships in the past, and day by day, just becoming a little bit better and a little bit stronger. Because I think when I was younger, one thing that I was always looking forward to, or one thing that I looked forward to, was being a man, being an adult, basically being able to handle all your problems. And I think I had the realization, like, I was going through a rough patch with, like, my family, and I wanted to, like, reach out to, like, one of my uncles or reach out to someone in the family, be like, can you step in and do something? Is there something you could do? And then I really thought about it, and I was like, realistically, like, what are they going to do that I can't do? Like, realistically, they're not magical. They don't have magical superpowers. So I manned up, and I did what every man should do, which is be fucking miserable and deal with your issues. It's probably one of the most disgusting periods in my life because it definitely was very not fruitful, like very, very time-consuming, very, very sick all the time. Like, I would go to the doctor literally every week, and it probably had to do with a lot with stress and anxiety, probably stress more so. And I just told the doctor, like, I don't know, I'm sick for some reason. They're like, is anything wrong at home? Any problems? I'm like, no, I'm just sick. I don't know what's going on, right? And I do have some videos on my channel where I talk about, like, being sick and feeling like shit and talking about my parents, which is hilarious because it's like, I look back now and I think to myself, like, why did I get myself so sick? Because even now, like right now, like, my mom and my dad are still, like, fighting and they still fucking hate each other for some reason. And I don't want to say hate, but damn doesn't look like hate. Because, like, even recently, like, I told my mom, I was like, yo, like, I told her, like, my dad, like, low key, like, he might have cancer and need surgery. And she's like, does he though? It's like, he was all right 3 months ago. Like, is he just saying that? And it's just like her first reaction is to cast doubt on that, which is absolutely positively insane. But, she was married to the man for 20 plus years, and, maybe she has some fucking hidden ability that I'm not aware of. But it's just a point in the matter of fact to say that, I don't really care anymore. Like, I'm not going to be, pretty much getting sick to the point where I need to go to the hospital over and over again and making sure that I'm all right. And bro, what I realize is that if you're really sick and you need the doctor, that dude is like the Avatar. When you need them most, they disappear. Like, they don't know what's going on. They don't know what's happening. And I wish I could just give the doctor answer whenever I have a problem at work. Like, I remember I went to one doctor where, like, I wasn't feeling well and I didn't know what was going on. He's like, honestly, this could just be lifestyle. Like, this just could be your life now. Like, you just don't feel good. Maybe change your diet, change your exercise, do something. But, I mean, there's really nothing I can do. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's great advice. That's like, one of the worst things I ever did, because it really destroyed any image of what I had for them, was going to see a nutritionist. Because the nutritionist basically literally sat me down and was like, yo, you know what's one thing you should look forward to? And I'm like, what? Like, eat some more vegetables, eat some more fruit, that's good. And, that's pretty much it. That's all I got to say. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, all right. I mean, granted, what you're saying is true, but it's kind of weird that you're not giving much more information. I mean, they even said, like, at certain points in the discussion that I was having with them, they're like, what you want to look for is you want to basically be able to eat this amount of fruits and vegetables, and you want to be able to have this portion size of this food. And then, like, within 10 minutes, the conversation was over. And in my head, I'm like, how could I not have just gotten this information from Google? Like, I thought going to a nutritionist, I'd find some, like, new information. Like, there'd be something new, there'd be something useful. But It really was what you'd think it was. Eat more fruits and vegetables, move more, and, you know, stop being a fat piece of garbage, which, you know, is fine. That is valid advice, but I just didn't expect it to be, you know, so fast, 5-10 minute conversation. But yeah, you should definitely take care of your health. It's something that, you know, I realized that you can't just, like, let your body dilapidate and deteriorate and then just show up at the doctor and hope that they fix everything. Because what's going to end up happening is they're going to look at you and be like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Eat vegetables, dude. I don't know what the problem is. Whoa, it's a lot of damage. Whoa. Yo, we might have died here, boys. Unless Super Saiyan Goku has a revive for the whole team. I don't remember how his revive works, honestly. I really don't remember. I don't remember how his revive works. I think his revive works for the whole team, which is good, but... Oh, okay, we're not gonna die. Okay, alright, jeez. Jeez Louise. Come on, man. Ooh, this looks good to me. Alright, we're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna do... let's do this, because this is gonna increase everyone's attack and defense by 25%. As well as, you know, doing damage. Wow, this... Yeah, honestly, man, all the hype they be given, Vegeta and Trunks is legitimate. They are such a good team. And by the way, just one thing to take into consideration, I'm using Vegeta and Trunks as a leader because Tech Goku is not on Power of Wishes and he's not on Battle of Fate. So if I didn't use him as leader, he wouldn't be on this team. And I think he's really good. He's new, so I want to use him regardless. But he's a really good card. So having Trunks and Vegeta is actually pretty damn legitimate because almost everyone is on Bond of Parent and Child. Like, you're not gonna miss it. Let's do the active skill. As a matter of fact, let's see the active skill because I have yet to actually see this active skill since pulling him. Skip the active skill off. Skip entrance animation off. All right, let's see this. We should be able to kill with this. Let's see. 455. All right, we have more damage in the middle, so we'll do it in the middle. Let's see. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, damn, you doing the spear bomb? That's pretty cool. That actually is pretty cool. That's nice. It's a little bit shorter than I imagined. I thought it would be longer, but okay. I legitimately thought that was going to be like, because his regular super attack is he starts off KO Ken and goes Super Saiyan, so I thought he was going to go KO Ken, Super Saiyan, and then do the spirit bomb, but alright. There ain't nothing wrong with it. There ain't nothing wrong with it. So I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, we just did this 5th year anniversary. Wow, this is a pretty long event, dude. God damn, golly, this is a long event. Okay. Damn, 40 Dragon Stones. We getting Dragon Stones, though. Okay, alright. Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay, alright. Let's keep going, let's keep going. Should we use the Bulma memory? I don't think so. I think we could keep going the way we're going. The only thing that I wonder is if I should replace this Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, just because I feel like they've been doing nothing. I've just been putting them in 3rd slot. I don't know if it'd be better if we use a support or something, because, I don't know, I feel like I'm not really using them that much. Oh, okay. This is kind of weird. This is only Vegeta, but I'm guessing it's going to turn into Vegeta and Goku, I guess, for the 6th year anniversary. I don't know. I'm going to skip entrance animation because I've seen most of these animations before, and they take a long-ass time. Like right now, if there's another person with an entrance animation, that shit is going to add up. It's going to be a movie. We're going to be watching a movie right now. Alright, another entrance animation? Okay, this is pretty fire, I'm not going to lie. That's badass. This really is a movie. This is a feature film, dude. Hi, I'm Goku. That's badass. Okay. Alright, so we have 2 Vegetas. Question. Should we put Vegeta slot 1 or Goku slot 1? Let's put Goku slot 1, because once we get him to 9 attacks, that's when he actually gets the attack buff, so I think he's the best candidate for that spot. And then what we'll do, in order to make up for that one Vegeta not getting any links, is we'll actually not super with the middle one, and we'll super with the end one. Thus then, we're very fair, we're very equitable, and we're able to basically do this fairly. Okay, so that's a physical attack. But yeah, life has been good, life has been great, and I think that one thing that I'm really happy about is that I have been consistent at the gym. And one thing that I do in terms of like the workout scenarios and like the workout program that I do is that I go to the gym And like I said, football is very important because I'll do 20 to 30 minutes of cardio and I have to watch football. Otherwise, I'm literally bored. I'm bored to tears. Because there was 3 or 4 workouts where I went and there was like no football going on. So I just like, watch YouTube videos or just listen to music, and it was really, really boring. Cardio is boring, dude. Like, at least that type of cardio, because I do the cycle, I do the bicycle. And the thing is, I understand you could do like the step machine, you could do treadmill. I think treadmill's boring too, but I like the cycle because it does exercise my legs also, and I like the motion of it because it does get you kind of like stronger when you do regular bicycle riding, because that's one thing that I like to do at the gym as well, is like do exercises and do things that'll benefit me like outside the gym, like when I'm riding a bicycle, for example. I feel like that's something that's a huge positive because I do like bike riding, but I did notice not recently. I've not ridden a bike that recently, just because it's been summer and I just didn't take my bike out yet, but I probably should, honestly. Weather's been nice lately. But basically, one thing that I noticed is that I remember there was a period of time in 2021 where I stopped exercising for like a good 6 months. It was basically, at that time, I wasn't at a gym. I was just exercising at home. But I used to do like a workout regime that I eventually quit because I just didn't like it, because I would do like one day I would just do upper body, one day I would just do lower body, one day I would do core, and then throughout each exercise every week it basically differed. One week is core week, one week is upper body, one week is lower body. And every time I was doing upper body, I was like, there's certain exercises I don't give a shit about, like these are boring, I'd rather do squats or I'd rather do certain lower body. So I stopped, and then eventually when I joined the gym, I'm like, I'm just gonna do what I want. I don't care if I end up looking weird where like I have gigantic tripods. I have gigantic like what I'm looking for. It's a muscle on the back of your arm. Whatever it is, a gigantic trapezoids. You know what I'm talking about. Triceps, gigantic triceps. But then I have like small biceps. I don't, obviously it's going to look weird, but I don't care. I just want to do what I want to do. And that's the most important thing for me. Let's see. Let's get all these AGL orbs. Let's get these. Let's see. What should we get here? Let's get these int orbs. And then we'll get that. And then we'll just let the GT boys cruise off in third slot as they've been doing. I mean, it's not that extreme. Basically, what I do now is that every time I go to the gym, I do upper body and I do lower body. It's usually when I go to the gym, if I have good sets, if I have clean sets, if I had a good night's sleep and I ate well, then it takes me like an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 10 minutes, depending on the cardio. The cardio is what adds time. Like, majority of the time I'm able to get in and out of there sometimes within an hour and 10 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour 30, hour 40, depending on how long I do the cardio. Because there are times where I'm doing cardio and it's like, okay, there's a good football match. It's another 10 minutes. But it's like, all right, I want to watch this and I have time, so might as well. So the cardio is a little bit longer. I usually don't go more than like 45 minutes of cardio because that's OD. That's too much. Like, I only did that one time. Majority of the time, I'd say the average is 20 to 25 minutes, right? So I do cardio, and then after cardio, I do the hardest workout for me. Like, I start hard because I just want to get a good workout in. I want to get good reps, good sets. So I don't want to do the whole thing of like save your hardest exercise for last. I don't want to do that. I'd rather do the hardest first. And what I do first is bent over rows. And the bent over rows are really good because I think they exercise a lot of things, including your legs. Your legs not heavily, but it definitely does. It definitely does affect your legs because I know, for example, like one time I was sick, I had the cold, and I went to the gym anyway because I was on some, I'm not going to give up, I ain't going to give in, I'm going to fucking go to the gym regardless. And then I ended up leaving and only doing cardio because when I went to go do the bent over rows, I was picking up the weight and my whole left leg from like my thigh to like my knee, it just hurt. It was such a dull ache, but it hurt when I lifted the weight. So I knew, like I did 2 or 3 reps and I was like, I'm going to hurt myself. Like, I should not do this. I'm going to pull my thigh muscle and that is going to be a gigantic L. Like, I should not be doing this. So what I ended up doing is that I just left because like one of the worst things you can do is if you ever get hurt at the gym, whether you're on your first set, your last set, the middle set, the worst thing you can do is keep exercising because you will literally rape your muscle or rape your I mean, I guess it is your muscle because there's been times where like I was sore and my back hurt and I kept going and it wasn't too bad, but I then noticed for like the rest of the day, the next day, like I literally was like hunched over because my back was killing me, my lower back specifically when I did bent over rows. And the way I was able to get around that is I started stretching more, and it definitely helped because since then I haven't had that. But I start off with bent over rows. I do 3 sets, 10 reps. I just try to get good clean reps. Like I don't like doing, if I start doing like 12 reps, if I start doing more than that, that's when it's kind of telling me like it's time to go up in weight. You know what I mean? Like it's basically time to move up. I'd rather move up than do more than 10 reps personally. And then at the same time, what I do, let's see, we can do that. And then after I'm done doing the bent over rows, the next exercise I do after that is I'll do, I don't know what it is. I guess it's just called chest pushes. I honestly don't know. It's basically the machine where you basically grab both ends and push out. That also does exercise the upper body. It's basically your chest, your a little bit of your, not really your triceps, more like your shoulders and your back, your upper back. So going from bent over rows to that, it's like still exercising a similar area. So you definitely feel it. I like it. I think it's good. And I like the bent over rows and the combination with that because I feel like the machine, it gets some spots that I don't get with the bent over rows. Bent over rows, I feel it especially in my upper chest. Like I'll feel that the most. Like that'll be the thing that's the most sore. You'll feel a little bit in your bicep, very, very little. Very like you really shouldn't feel it in your bicep. Maybe your forearms more than your bicep, but majority of the burn is like the upper chest. And then after that, what I do after that, so I do 5 exercises. I do cardio and 5 exercises. After those 2 exercises, the other 2 that I do is lower body. I'll do leg extensions forward, leg extension backward, and that's mostly just for exercising the quad and probably the quad and inner quad. That's pretty much what I'm focusing on. I don't do a lot of calf exercises because I used to do calf exercises before without squats. So my calves are bigger than, well, I don't know, say they're bigger than my quads because that's absolutely insane. I'll be like Popeye walking around. But my calves are big enough where I skip them, right? So I don't do calves regularly. I regularly skip the calves. And then when it comes to, ooh, let's definitely use this guy's active. And then when it comes to the last exercise, I used to do tricep extensions, and I also used to do like I don't know what they're called, but it's basically where you basically, instead of pushing forward with the weights, you push up. And I did those for a time, but eventually I got to the point where it's just like, I don't know, I didn't like it. I thought it was basically something that was a little bit too much upper body, like in the sense that it was too similar to what was already being done, and it felt very like, I don't know, I got super sore. I didn't like it, right? So I was like, fuck this, I'm not going to do this anymore. And what I ended up doing afterward was, let's see. I mean, we got revised regardless, so we could just do whatever we want here, right? I think so. So instead of doing a tricep, instead of doing a more back and upper chest, I just do regular curls. I just do regular dumbbell curls. And I also don't use the machine because I was using the machine for a while, and it was good for doing curls, but it felt too easy. And it was too easy because it's harder to get good form with the machine because, for example, like when you're using a machine, you could technically place the weight down, whereas with dumbbells, you're not going to do that. Like the weight is never going to touch the ground. If the weight touches the ground, your reps are over, right? So when you're holding the dumbbells themselves, that adds some restraint when you're pulling up and pushing down and not going all the way down where your arms are just like loose. You're actually holding onto the dumbbells. I feel like it's a lot more beneficial to do it that way. And you know, if I see other exercises, even leg exercises, like if I get better with form of using, like for example, I have to only go off what the women do because like dudes in my gym don't believe in doing leg exercise. Like I rarely see them do any leg exercise. It's always the women who are like doing gluteus maximus exercises. But if I were to basically get better with better form, where I see some people, they use like they'll hold dumbbells and then they'll do your leg on a bench machine or a bench press and then do a forward squat or a forward what's the word I'm looking for, a forward lunge. That shit is really hard, and I think getting the form is a little bit harder, so I don't think I'm gonna move to that yet. I think the only thing I might move to leg wise is that they have a squat machine where you basically literally lay back and push up on it. I don't want to do it for two reasons. One is the two exercises I do now, it exercises the front quad and the back quad. Squat machine does both in one, but I like doing those two exercises because it adds a little bit of extra cardio. Like when I do those leg exercises, my muscles burn, but at the same time, I do feel my heart rate increase more so. I don't know, like when I do bent over rows, when I do the chest exercises, my heart rate increases, but I never feel out of breath. Like I never get to that point. But with the legs, I do get out of breath, and I have to like sometimes take a break. Like I'll do 10 reps per set, but sometimes I'll basically have to take a break and be like, okay, like I'm literally out of breath, like I'm gassed, I can't do anything else. But I guess it kind of depends on, you know, what you're looking for. If you don't care about cardio, you could definitely just skip past it and do like more compact workouts. Like if you do a squat, you're doing, ooh, we have an option here. Ooh, we could go after the GT boys or the gods. You know, I'm gonna go after the gods because so many people on Reddit circle jerk the gods. You're like, they're so much better than the GT duo. Oh, they have such good care. Yeah, guess what? I'm about to beat the shit out of them. See, this is what happens to your idols. This is what you did just because you wouldn't stop slurping these people. Let's do that. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, actually, let's do that. Yes, very nice. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest. One thing I noticed that is like crack cocaine when it comes to using super units is that there's a lot of super units that get 2 ki off of ki orbs, whereas for villains, the only villain I can think of off the top of my head that has that is Int Merge Zamasu, and you feel that, bro, because I was using the cooler team for another event, and I love the cooler team, and you rarely have any issues with like links or ki, but there are rare conditions where sometimes one unit needs like 6 ki in like a build-up period. Like for example, Janemba is someone who needs 6 ki when he's not built up because his links are just shocking speed for ki. And it's like, damn, like I need actual 6 orbs. Meanwhile, these guys, it's like, oh, I got 3 orbs. One of them was a rainbow. Oh, here's the 18 ki super. There you go. Congratulations. You finessed out the system. You don't even need to get the ki orbs. You definitely notice that. But yeah, that's pretty much my gym routine. It's been a pretty good experience. I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you right now, when I go to the gym, like I said, I am built like Jabba the Hutt. I've lost weight and I've gained muscle, but I'm still in the Jabba the Hutt territory. And one thing that I have noticed is that when you go to the gym, especially regularly, those guys love it, dude. People who go to the gym all the time, like like I said, I go there at least twice a week. You know, sometimes I'll go 3 times a week, but on average, I go every 4 days. That's the average. And I've noticed people who go to that gym, you know, if I go at the same time, and those people be loving the fact that I go. Like, they're just so like the first month, no one really talked to me because I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not looking to make friends or anything. Not anything against people, but I would go to the gym for the purpose of doing the gym and leaving. But then, you know, a couple people see you and they're like, yo, I've been noticing you coming here a lot. You're doing good. You're making good progress. And it's always the dudes. The dudes love it. They're like, you're making good progress. What do you work out? What do you do? Do you do upper body, lower body? And I told him, like, I do upper body and lower body just to do it all in one place. He's like, that's good. That's good. Especially when you start off, that's very good. Very, very good. And like a couple dudes, I remember, like, I would talk to them and they'd be like, you know, you're doing good. Keep it up. Like, they just love the fact that they see a fat piece of shit showing up to the gym. And there is progress. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, you know, there is progress. But I would never, ever consider making, like, an online social media where it's just for, like, weight loss. Just because of the fact that people roast the fuck out of you if you do not make progress. And I'll be honest with you. From December to February, and even into March, I did not do that much progress. I probably, over those 3 or 4 months, I probably lost, like, 8 pounds. Which is pretty bad because I'm going to the gym twice a week. That means I'm overeating in calories and I'm making up for that difference. Now, granted, when you go to the gym, it's not no crazy like, oh, I'm burning 10,000 calories. Usually when you go to the gym, if it's a regular session, you might burn anywhere from 500 to 1,000 calories, which in the long run isn't necessarily gigantic and it's not huge for weight loss. That's why you need a calorie deficit from day to day. And at that time, I wasn't really counting calories. I just kind of eyeball shit. And what ends up happening when you eyeball shit is that you get exactly what you get, which is shit. It's not good to eyeball your calories. You should literally be measuring it if possible. And, you know, it is what it is. At that period of time, it took whatever amount of time to lose whatever amount of weight and gain whatever amount of muscle. But, you know, it's noticeable to the point now where it's like, you know, it's another motivation factor. It's like, oh, not only am I, you know, feeling better, not only am I feeling stronger, but I look a little bit different, right? But the thing is, and here's the thing, right, is that when you're online and you're on the social media, people are judging you and they know your moment's weakness. Because there's some guy that I see on Instagram, he's some fat dude who goes to the gym and he makes content out of it. And no disrespect to this dude, but he's been making content for the past year and a half and he looks exactly the same. Like, he looks like he has not lost weight, which basically means that whatever he's recording, he's either not doing as much, or like me, he was eating too much outside of the gym. And, you know, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. It's healthier to exercise than not exercise. But, you know, you're basically doing half the equation. You know, you have to eat less and you have to exercise. Actually, you could just eat less. You won't gain muscle, but you will lose fat. And basically everyone on his Instagram, or like, I'll see the comments and be like, yo, I noticed it's been like a year, you look exactly the same. Like, what are you doing? And then comments will be like, yo, bro, it's what you do when the camera's off that matters. I'm praying for you, stuff like that. And like, that seems like it's so demotivating, because it's basically taking your own fear, your own issue of being like, okay, I'm not doing what I should be doing, I'm not doing as good as I could be doing, and then now you have thousands of people in the comments being like, oh, you're a piece of garbage. I mean, look at an example, even in the Dokkan battle community, if you look at someone like the Truth DT, I kind of felt bad for him. Dude definitely got, like, you know, the fat guy, low self-esteem vibes, because he lost weight, and then he went through like a breakup or something, and then he gained the weight back, and you could definitely tell that bothered him. And that's, I'll be honest with you, this is going to sound like a dumb statement, but I personally am a career fatso, meaning that, like, I've been fat longer than I've ever been anything close to fit. And the thing is, like, when you're fat and lose weight, there's a period of time where you lose so much weight and you do so well that you just start thinking this shit is easy, but it's not. Like, it's almost like if you're got a job for the first time and you have like an extra $2,000 in your bank account and you're like, yo, that's it, like, I'm rich now, like, I just got money, and then you go spend it, and then like a rainy day comes, or you're not making as much money, and then you realize like, oh shit, it wasn't that easy. Like having it is not that easy, right? And that's the same thing with weight loss, at least for me. There's been times where I've lost, like, you know, like, honestly, if you were to take all the times I lost weight over my life from teenage years to an adult and add that shit up, it'd probably be consecutively at least 200 to 300 pounds. And that's because of the fact that I would lose like 50 pounds and then gain back 75. I would lose 40 pounds, gain back 20. Even recently, like from 2021, I lost a lot of weight. Like, I lost a significant amount of weight. And then I stopped exercising, I was interviewing, I was busy, and I just didn't exercise and didn't eat as well. And even at that time, I was like, it's alright, because, like, how much weight am I going to gain? I ended up gaining like 30 pounds, right? That's not terrible. That's not the end of the world. But I was like, oh shit, I didn't even realize I gained 30 fucking pounds. Like, over a year, 30 pounds is terrible. That means that every week I was gaining, if not every week, every other week I was gaining a pound. That means that I was eating in excess 3,500 calories of maintenance. That ain't easy. Like, you don't just do that. That means every day I was eating 500 calories more. And when I thought about it, I was like, oh, I was eating a lot more chips. I was eating out almost every fucking day. I was eating certain things that, you know, in a row that I shouldn't be eating. So it's one of those things where you got to realize that, you know, it's not, you might think it's easy, but it's not easy. It's not, you're not guaranteed success. Like, you're not guaranteed that, because that, like, and this happens for a lot of dudes that, like, for example, get weight loss surgery, Wings Redemption, Boogie 2988, where they get to like, they go from gargantuan monsters of like 400, 500 pounds, where you stop looking human, and then you're like 300, 250, and you're like, oh shit, I feel like a human being, I'm feeling good. And then what ends up happening is that you are literally, you know, full of yourself to the point you think you're not going to gain the weight back, even if you have surgery, and you can gain it back. Like, Wings Redemption gained it back. Bro, like, if you spend money, that's why I would never ever get weight loss surgery, because if I can't do it by myself, like, the surgery ain't helping me. Like, it's just not. Like, you could say this is going to change my life, you could say this is going to be life-changing, but really you're just putting a band-aid over it, and you're not addressing the mental and physical habits that are causing you to gain weight. Like, that's the way I see it, right? Granted, there's people who do it, they end up being successful, they end up, you know, not having to worry about anything, etc., etc. Point being that, you know, for me, I don't think it's personally helpful. And I personally like doing it the quote-unquote old-fashioned way, exercising and dieting. I think that as slow as it might be, as fast as, you know, it might not be, I think it's the best route for me personally. But back to the Truth DT, he was someone who lost X amount of weight, and he eventually came back, and he was like, you know, I don't want to go on camera, I don't want to have face cam, because your boy is a little bit fatter. And the reason why I understand where he's coming from is because you lose weight, you get to a new point where you're like, oh, this is like the new me. And then all of a sudden the shit is gone. Because like, dude, you gain 25, 30 pounds. It's noticeable. You gain 50 plus. That shit is a deficit. And it's basically like the same thing with finances. If you're in the fucking hole, you need to get 100% gain in order to make up for your 50% loss, right? So it's very frustrating. It's one of those things where if people like yo-yo with their weight, it can be very demoralizing, especially someone who's in the public eye where it's like, oh, you guys seen me lose weight. I don't want to put a face cam on. I don't want to come out my pajamas. I don't want to fucking, dress up and look nice because I used to look better. And until I look right, until I get myself looking the way I'm supposed to look, then I'll come out. Which definitely, like me personally, I think the whole body positivity thing is cringe as fuck. But at the same time, like I think it has a point where it's like, okay, you shouldn't be so ashamed of yourself where you're literally hiding in the closet and be like, oh my God, I can't go out in public. Yeah, it's demoralizing if you need to buy a shirt that's a bigger size. Thank God I didn't get to that point. Like I ended up exercising and dieting where like all the new clothes I bought, they still good. We still got the jerseys. We still got the drip. But, it was getting close there where, you start looking like the Michelin Man and you need to buy some new clothes. That's demoralizing and you losing money. You're taking 2 L's on 2 different fronts, right? So it's definitely something that I can relate to. And I think that's something that, a lot of people can relate to. And honestly, it's not even, really just a fatso ideology. It really is someone like for example, if you're someone who exercises regularly, you go to the gym, and God forbid if you break your arm or if you're sick and you can't go and you can't get the gains that you usually get, you start getting fucking depressed because you're like, damn, bro, my muscles are fucking shrinking. I'm looking like a little baby. I want to go to the gym. I want to get more out of this. I want to be able to basically, oh, what the hell? This guy can't revive anymore? What? That's confusing. So did that count as Goku's revive, or did that count as... Or can you only revive once per stage? I don't know. It's weird that he doesn't have that, what do you call it? He doesn't have that, that little heart thing. I don't know. That's weird. But, anyway, like I was saying, I think that, it's something that anyone can relate to. Like, if you're someone who... goes to the gym a lot, and then you got to take time off because you're sick. You're like, damn, like my muscles is looking small. I don't want to wear the fucking, no sleeve shirt anymore. I look like a fucking bozo. I want to get back to where I was before I go back to wearing the outfits that I used to like. Same thing, it's just body image. It's different things that people feel as you get older. And at the same time, then you get to a point where you're older and you realize, like, no one really cares. Like, granted, if you're a super fatso, or if you're someone who's super skinny, or you look different from what you used to look, there's definitely going to be some type of a difference in terms of, like, especially with, like, the opposite sex, in terms of, like, attraction and things of that nature. But when it comes to, like, just working or your friends or people in general, like, they don't really care. It's not like they're looking at you like, oh, damn, this fatso gained 40 pounds. I can tell. I can literally examine you and see it. You're a piece of garbage. I don't like you anymore. Thus, then, you should hide in your closet. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little ridiculous to go to that extreme, in my opinion. But to each his own. It's one of those things you have to... let me see. You have to be considerate and be careful with, because everyone's different and everyone feels differently. And there's been people who have gone shooting sprees for less, so you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Because you end up getting the Elliot Rogers situation where dude, like, got no bitches and took that so personally that he had to, like, go to a college somewhere and just shoot people up because he could not deal with his own failure, his own version of failure. His idea of failure was basically getting no bitches, which is crazy. Like, that's an insane, like, ideology to hold. Like, I don't get bitches, so I'm gonna go kill people. But it happens. It occurs. It's something that happens more so than you would think. But it's definitely something to avoid if you see that in yourself, and look for a opportunity to be a better person because you want to be a better person. Because there's something that I saw recently that I read. It was, well, I didn't read it. It was a video about it. It was a really good video. Is about Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman tyrant, I believe, or a Roman dictator. But more in, like, a good sense. Like, there was a period of time during the Roman Empire where they had quote-unquote good tyrants. Like, they were people that they deemed to be positive as opposed to negative. And Marcus Aurelius had his own, like, journal, his own thoughts that he had collected, and that ended up becoming a collection of thoughts, and it eventually became, like, a book, like a really good book. And it's crazy because it's, a fairly simple book, because all it really is just the basics of, like, Stoic stoicism or stoicism, where it's basically saying that you should. It's basically the opposite of hedonism. Hedonism is like you do whatever you want. You hungry, you eat what you want. You're horny, you go fuck who you want. You want to sleep, you sleep in the middle of the day. Whereas stoicism is more like you should be a good person and look for the best outcome, and reserve yourself to not look for pleasure, but instead look for happiness. Something in stoicism is something called, there's a difference between pleasure and happiness. Eating food and being full and gorging yourself might be a short-term pleasure, but will give you happiness is eating a good meal that tastes good and is filling, and you don't eat too much to be, you know, out of breath and passed out and then eventually gain weight. That's the true happiness. That's the thing that you should be looking for. At least that's the idea of stoicism, is the idea being that you should be looking for the best opportunity in the long term and not just the short term. Oh boy, we lost. Alright, we are back. We went through the rounds. We came back with AGL LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan instead of LR5 Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I'm sorry, Gogeta, but he just doesn't really fit the team that well, so I just kicked him off. I put him on a pip. And as you can see, we still revive with Super Saiyan Goku, so we're not out of the woods just yet. We are still taking some heat here. But this is looking pretty good to me in terms of the orb setup. So let's do this, let's do that, and then let's end this with that. But yeah, like I was saying before, I was absolutely positively annihilated by Super Saiyajin God Goku and Vegeta. Stoicism, opposite of hedonism. Idea being that you should just be a good person and do things that are best for you as well as society, because that's what's best for society. The idea being, you know, the whole adage of, you know, the thing that makes society grow is someone who will grow a tree that will never be able to see it grown, but someone in the future can sit under its shade. So it's one of those things where you want to try to, as best as possible, do what's best for the long term as opposed to the short term. And, you know, I'm trying, bro. We go into the gym. You know, this is basically the beginning of every aesthetics YouTube channel where they're like, you know, the great philosopher Plato said that if a man were to be young and not see himself in full fitness and in full strength, then really did he really even live? All right, bros, it's time to start taking SARMs, Tren. We're going to take a little bit of roids. We're going to get these cycles going, take some TRT. We're going to be able to get swole as fuck and die at 35. Let's do it, boys. That's pretty much the goal of every fitness channel, from my understanding anyway. Okay, let's do that. And after we do that, let's do that. And this Goku, I really don't understand what builds his defense. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Raises defense with 18 key. Attacking defense at time. Guards all attacks on HP 60% or more if HP is 50% for lands. Revives 50%. Too much to read. I'm just gonna go ahead and guess that we got to keep getting 18 key supers. Hope that his defense go up, because, you know, we use his revive, and from my understanding, it seems like once you use his revive, you can't use anyone else's revive. I don't really know. I don't know how it works exactly. I usually never have done an event where multiple revives are necessary, but it's looking like that right now. It's looking like that. It's looking real tough. It's looking real slow. Hopefully we can end this turn with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku Vegeta, and then next turn we could get a big-ass, strong-ass Dokkan attack. We'll get HP back, and we'll also deal a bit of damage, which is what we need, alright? We need some damage dealt, because this event is pretty damn long. I'm not gonna lie, I think I started this event at like 6:30 p.m. It's going on at 8. I mean, Dokkan, you've taken up a lot of my time, bro. Like, I told you, I'm trying to go to the gym. You over here stealing time from me? And that's another thing that I do not do at the gym, although I probably could do, is play Dokkan. I don't know. I don't like playing Dokkan that much. Half the reason is because I feel like, believe it or not, 20 minutes is not enough time to play Dokkan. And then at the same time, I also do believe that, yeah, I might actually use a Whis. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie to you. Alright, 600k, or 6 million rather. Alright, who's gonna do the most damage? Is it gonna be this guy? Or is it gonna be this guy? I honestly do not know. So right now we have 600k defense with each. Let's do this. Let's see what happens. What happens right now? We're gonna do some damage with the Spirit Bomb. We do that crit. Now what is my defense? I think I'm gonna use Goku and Vegeta there. I think they're gonna tank better, honestly. Can I get their ultimate super attack is the question. Oh, I can, but I gotta move that guy to slot 2, and he ain't gonna be able to tank properly. Okay, so what we're gonna do here then is we'll keep the AGL Gohan there, right? We can do that. But we are going to use a Whis. I already used, by the way, the irony of all this, I used the Whis and then died, so the Whis didn't even get to really be used. Let's do that. And then let's do that. And this looks like a good turn for me. I don't think anybody should be dying. We used the Whis. Granted, if Gohan gets hit slot 2 with a super, we might, believe it or not, die because of the fact that we have 290k HP. And granted, I didn't hit every Dokkan there, every Dokkan item, but I think 3 out of 5 is good enough for me. It's so good, I'm not going to reset the app. I know that's probably going to kill some of y'all OCD. You're going to be like, I don't get it. You could do a little bit more damage. Why would you do such a thing? I have the power, okay? I have the power to do that. I have the ability to be retarded. Just like how I said earlier, stoicism, it's supposed to be doing the best thing for the future. Right now, I'm a hedonist. I'm doing what's good right now, which is not resetting the app, which is saving me time, which then is better for the future. Okay, let's do that. And let's see, what is going on here? Okay, as long as neither of these guys get supered, the Gohan or the Goku, the AGL Goku, we should be okay. That's definitely something I guess I never really truly understood about Dokkan is the revive mechanic. I thought that each of these guys had an individual revive, and that if any of them did revive, they could then revive themselves. But it looks like that's not the case. It looks like once you have a revive activate, that's pretty much it for the battle. Like, you did all the revives. Okay. At least we use a Whis, and we got a super. And we have our defense boosted. Hopefully this does less than 200k, please. Oh, boy. Wow, that was really close. Holy shit. With a Whis? With a Whis, my boy? With a Whis? Alright, let's put Goku and Vegeta slot 1. Let's put these guys slot 2. And then at the end, let's put our old friend, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegeta. This should be a really good turn. We should hopefully end it this turn. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. But that is definitely what I'm hoping for. Because, god damn, these guys hit hard. Jesus. And this is the 7th anniversary. This is not even the 8th anniversary. Yo, honestly, I think for the 8th anniversary one, I'm going to take off the Super Saiyan Goku. Because his defense don't build fast enough. And I'm going to go ahead and probably bring the Bulma support memory. Because I saw a couple times during this fight, because it's literally 50 minutes long, my HP was below 50%. It would have been nice if the HP was up a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. It would have been nice if we had a little bit of an HP boost in order to avoid dying. But this looks like this is pretty much it. This looks like it is the end of it. Let's see. Will your boy Goku and Vegeta end it here? I think so. Come on. Come on, bro. Tell them the power of GT. Oh, the gods. Oh, the gods. Oh, thank God they didn't have a Gogeta form. If they had a Gogeta form, we would have been having some tough times. Not gonna lie to you. We would have been having some tough times. That would not have been easy at all whatsoever. Alright, so for the next stage, I think I'm going to get someone who's a little bit better defensively than Tech Goku. Who that is, I'm not 100% sure yet. Because I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, damn, like, who builds defense turn over turn, really, other than Goku? Alright, so we are taking on the final stage, Stage 8th Anniversary. Let's go ahead and continue with Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegeta. This event is very, very long. I did not anticipate this to be this long. I think I'm definitely going to be taking a break after this one. This is some next level time consumption, I tell you what. Let's see. Who would be the best slot 1 if a super were to come? Probably you, since you're tech. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's do that. So, assuming we don't get supered right now, slot 1. Wow, that's a lot of damage. 75k off of normals? Jesus, that is a lot of damage. Holy cow. Hopefully this will be looking a lot more like I don't know, double digits. I'm hoping this is the first phase. You're doing a little bit too much damage, Goku and Vegeta. You're doing a little bit too much. You're showing that you really been training in Otherworld. God damn, golly. All right, there we go, double digit. That's, wow, that's a lot better. Wowee, man. We really need Goku, not Goku, Vegeta and Trunks in this right here, right now. They are pretty much going to be the saviors of the squad because not many of them are slot 1 units. I think the only one that's a slot 1 unit temporarily is AGL Goku, maybe Gohan, if we get Gohan's defense high enough, or if he has enough shield. That's a possibility, but I don't know how likely that is. That is pretty damn crazy when it comes to this. Okay, nice, quadruple super. This is not bad. Assuming we don't get super to slot 2, we should be A-okay, honestly. I mean, I don't know if these guys telegraph their supers, considering they do so much damage, but Jesus Christ, 75k normals is insane. But, yeah, it did put on the AGL LR Gohan on here. He is a monster. He's a beast. He, unfortunately, is going to not transform at all because I didn't bring an Android unit. There's no Android unit that he's fighting. That's one of the things that make him such a underwhelming unit sometimes, is the fact that you can never see his active skill. I mean, I can understand the active skill being hard to activate. It can be annoying. You know, it can be rare. But the fact that it can activate is insane. Like, I've honestly seen that guy's active skill happen probably a handful of times, and every single time I purposely try to make it happen, which is mucho no bueno, mucho elo. Let's see. Let's put Goku and Vegeta slot 1. Let's actually... I don't know. I don't know who should stay here. Let's actually... Let's move Goku... Let's leave Goku where he is. Goku can stay where he is. And then let's move the Gohan off, because Gohan is going to eventually get below 50 HP. And when that happens, he's not going to be blocking for everything. And it's probably better that he be off rotation if that happens. But, I mean, even so, this Gohan is really good. It's just really annoying that his active skill is damn near impossible to activate. And what's crazy is that Dokkan somehow, like, added another character that has a similar activation. Actually worse. The new Super Trunks that they're adding on JP has a worse active skill where it only activates if you're versing a Cell enemy. So it's not an Android enemy. It's not if an Android's on your team. It's if you're versing Cell. Then Super Trunks can transform, and only then can Super Trunks actually, become super buff steroid Super Trunks, which is ridiculous. Like, I don't know how they made that unit when people, like, majority of people, when I say majority, I mean a large majority. Damn near everybody was like, this is stupid. Do not do this where you need to jump through hoops just to do his activation skill. And Dokkan was like, alright, we got you. You think Gohan's activation skill is dumb? Alright, you're about to find out what dumb can be. Alright, let's try to get these supers in the middle here with Mr. Gohan and Goku. And maybe we can end it if they get like 3 good supers, 3 crits maybe. Because these guys are taking quite a bit of damage, but they're not going down. They're not dead yet. But yeah, I don't know why they would do that for Super Trunks. It's so stupid that they made the activation literally worse than Gohan. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, Super Trunks still looks cool, he's still awesome, but, you know, that's the same thing with Gohan. He still looks cool, he's still awesome, but bro's out here never activating, never transforming, and it's like you have half the unit. It makes no sense. It's so weird that they would do that. And it's not really anything that's so OP where, like, it's not like if you think of, like, Int Vegeta, in order to get his active skill is pretty annoying. Like, his change is that you need to be 30% HP, and that's when Goku comes out. But him coming out is pretty damn big. Like, you basically now have someone who's doing damage reduction. You now have someone who's able to tank better, and it is a completely different unit. Whereas with the, you know, granted, Gohan does an absolute shit ton of damage because he becomes a nuker, and you do still keep the residual defense buffs, I believe. So, like, say if you did, like, 10 supers with Gohan, that defense is permanent, and that'll stay on the Gohan. That's the way I understand it. So that's pretty damn good, and that's pretty OP, but it's still, I feel like it's not that OP where you need to have the active skill be that annoying. I don't know what just healed me, but something healed me. Okay, there we go. Your girl, Bulma, came through. Thank you, Bulma. You're the best, Bulma. You really are. Let's see. let's go ahead and let's keep the AGL Goku here because he can still block for this time being, and he technically can revive. And then next turn, what we will do is we will get rid of him, and we'll sub in the STR Goku and Vegeta, just to have someone who can transform if our HP is low enough, or revive if our HP is low enough. But in all reality, Goku and Vegeta, you gotta have your HP low enough, I believe. Well, actually, I think you need to get X amount of attacks up to turn 5, then you could technically, activate it whenever you want, which can be good. So we'll try to get some hits with them. We'll be able to do that, and in the meantime, we'll rotate off Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegeta. And at the same time, we should be able to get the defense buff with this Goku. This Goku, I think, after 5 attacks, gets a defensive buff. Come on. Come on. Okay. I guess we're not going to see it this turn, but hopefully next turn we should see the defensive buff, because once his regular, like, guard all attacks things wears off, he actually becomes pretty squishy. I mean, if you saw here, boy's taking 50k damage off of guarding, so we definitely need that extra bit of defense in order to ensure we don't die here. But yeah, this event is actually pretty cool. I actually like going through the different anniversaries, all the way from anniversary 1, 2, 3, up to 8. It definitely is a pretty cool event. I kind of wish they dropped it a little bit earlier. I don't know how long this has been around, but I just noticed it now. Let's see who's coming. They're coming. Alright, we can do that. And we're still blocking, so we can do that. And then we can do that. Alright, that looks good to me. That looks good to me. 18 key supers, baby. Not bad at all, not bad at all. So the good thing, as well as kind of the bad thing, is that, as you can see here, we can only block properly when LR, Vegeta, and Trunks are slot 1. And we weren't really built up, but if we went anywhere else, we'd pretty much be dead. We'd be taking like 90k normals out here, so it's kind of like a necessarily evil here. We should take double damage now. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. That's one thing that I think Dokkan relies a little too heavily on, because almost every unit in the game now, you need to do X number of supers, you need to do X number of hits, and it's becoming a starvation match to figure out who should get the hits first, who should do the supers first, who's going to basically be the person to build up first. And it's like, there's not many units that are like this Goku and Gohan, for example, that you don't necessarily need to build up anything, but there's the answer, that of why you don't need to build up anything. It's not exactly the best scenario. I guess we should just kill ourselves here, honestly. Or actually, what we should do is we should activate our passives and then kill ourselves. That's what's looking like the main move is to do. And by the way, if we kill ourselves and it find out that, the next move these guys are going to do is a one-shot kill, we basically ruined this match because we killed ourselves, yeah, but, we didn't realize that you're not supposed to do that yet. Yeah, I think we got to do this because, yeah, we got to do this 100%. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and get the Spirit Bomb loaded up, and we will see what happens after that. Alrighty, come on. Give me the defense. I'm pretty sure after this transformation you get plus 50% defense too, which is pretty good. And that is A-okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep AGL Goku here. And we'll keep AGL Goku here, right? We'll keep the Vegeta and Trunks, and what that will guarantee is that we will basically eventually die. Like, we're going to die slot 2, or we'll die slot 3. We're not going to survive here, even if we do get a little bit of HP there. Like, we're pretty much going to die, guaranteed. Alright, nice. So we got the defense boost with this Goku, rather. Which is good. If we were able to get the attack boost, that'd be good too. Then we could just, like, leave him off rotation, and then from there it'll be, kind of whatever. Okay, alright, your boy Goku out here doing double supers. Okay, so he might actually, survive. Oh, double-digit death. Okay. Okay, yeah. You telling me we dead. You telling me we about to die. but it looks like your boy Goku out here charging a Spirit Bomb. And again, I did not do this event before, so if they charge up a Spirit Bomb and it's a one-shot KO, there's not much we can do. Maybe I'll use a Whis. Double Whis might survive it, but yeah, we pretty much used our one revive. So let's see. All right, come on. I know this is it, Goku. Come on, come on, bro. Shine, let a little bit of your anger out, bro. Get rid of this bum. Damn, only 2 bars of HP? They really out here doing some crazy stuff. Okay. How much defense does SS3? Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build our own Spirit Bomb. We're going to make our own Spirit Bomb. And what this is going to do is we're going to be super defensive, slot 2. And we'll have... we already built our defense. We did multiple supers. So we're going to be able to guard all attacks, and we're going to be defensive. And I think our defense does go up with this too, so our defense should be like 700k right now, I think. So we might not need to use a Whis until these guys unleash their bullshit Spirit Bomb. Let's see. 647,000. Okay, let's do that. Let's do... okay. Weird. Okay, well, okay, we'll do that. And then we'll go ahead and we'll get all these AGL orbs as well, thus ensuring that your boy Gohan at the end is supering well, and we're able to build up our defense A-okay. Alright, nice. So this ain't looking too bad. And again, I've said this multiple times, but I'll say it again, I never really thought of an event where you would want to revive multiple times, but it's kind of weird that, you know, a lot of these guys have revive, one of them revives, and now none of them can revive? What's up with that, bro? Like, why can't AGL Goku revive now? Like, I don't get it. Why is it that just because we used our one revive, it'll never happen again? That's kind of messed up, Dokkan. Taking up a defensive posture. Yep, yes we are. Now, this Gohan, I don't know what his defense is, but I'm pretty sure we've only supered with him once or twice. So if we got supered with him, believe it or not, it would do ridiculous amount of damage. So he would have to appear on turn 3 or 4 more times for his defense to be a lot better. But it ain't bad. We did 2 supers. You know, he boosts his defense. We take a double-digit damage now. That ain't bad. You know, it is what it is. Shit, they're about to unleash their negative energy ball. Whatever the fuck it is. Let's go ahead and activate our active skill for Goku and for Gohan. I'm proud of you. Look at that. Look at that, bro. Just because they're just the fact that they was proud of his son, that hurt the enemy. Let's go ahead and move this guy to slot 2. Right? And what I want is trying to make those tech orbs fall. Damn, that's disrespectful. The tech orbs did not fall, bros. Alright, I'm actually going to reset this and give all those orbs to Goku and Gohan, because goddamn do they need it at the end there. Alright, I reset the board. I popped a double Whis because I have no idea how much damage this is about to do to us. I'm assuming it's going to be an absolutely astronomical amount of damage. And here we go. We popped the double Whis. Let's see if we can survive this Spirit Bomb that I'm assuming is about to be dropped. As you can see here, I have no idea where he's going to drop it. I don't know if it's going to happen next turn. If it happens next turn, it really doesn't matter because we popped the double Whis. It's good for this turn and next turn. So if he drops it on the Goku and Gohan, that's actually the worst defensive unit here probably. So that's actually pretty damn funny if he does that. I mean, I used the double Whis, so we're going to get, you know, the double action. But technically, they are the weakest person here defensively. I mean, shit. Jesus. Let's see. Okay, very nice. We're going to get the criticals because we used the active skill, which is pretty damn good. It's pretty damn appreciative of that, doing a little bit of damage there. But I'm not going to appreciate how much damage this is about to do. Okay, triple super. Not bad, not bad. But again, I'm interested to see how much damage is about to be taken with a double Whis. This is a double Whis right here, right? Alright, where's the super attack? Because you got your full bar. Here it is. Now what? What? I don't get it. What's happening? Did they finesse us right now? I purposely used... Oh, okay. Oh, they're about to do it. Oh, they're going to do it right now. Okay, they're going to do it. Okay. Let's put these guys, because they're the best defensively. Let's put these... Whoa, wait. They're not the best defensively. These guys are the best defensively. They have 678,000 defense. Yeah, okay, they're the best defensively. So if this is an AoE, I just played myself because Vegeta and Trunks are only defensive from slot 1. But we'll see. At least we didn't fumble the Dokkan. The Dokkan is A-okay. We have double Whis active right now. Let's see how much damage this is about to do. Double Whis. Let's see. 700k defense, you piece of garbage. 700k defense. Double Whis. Okay, double digits. I have no idea how much that's supposed to do. And I'm happy I don't know how much it's supposed to do because I really don't want to die. Okay. Everything but 1. Okay, Dokkan. Alright, and we got the Dokkan attack, which honestly we didn't really need, considering that we literally just healed ourselves. Well, not even healed ourselves, we used the double Whis. But that ain't too bad, that's A-okay. Hopefully next turn we'll be able to get enough charge to do the full power Goku and Vegeta Spirit Bomb. In the meantime, we will be trying to do as much damage as possible, okay? Because we have no more Whis, we have no more revives, we pretty much have to try to end it now, if possible. We're doing a decent amount of damage, but this is looking like at least 3 more turns of supers. And I don't know if we're gonna make it 3 turns, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if we're gonna make it. This is looking a little bit sussy. Let's see. Does he start the countdown again? Yes, they do, and it's not at... Whoa. They start the countdown again, and it's not even at, like, the full percentage. It's like at halfway there. Oh boy, are you something else, my friend? Okay, all right. I see what you're doing there, you piece of garbage. All right. This looks like the best setup to me, so that's what I'm going to do. And it looks like next turn, either next turn or the turn after, we would auto activate the Spirit Bomb. But we'll see. We have our own Spirit Bomb, basically. We have a way out of here. We have a way that we can succeed. But damn, this event was long, bro. I'm definitely, as soon as this event is over, I'm going to the gym and I'm getting something to eat. I don't know what order that's going to be in. I don't know if I'm going to go get something to eat, then go to the gym. But Jesus, this was long, bro. Oh my goodness gracious. I did not think that these events would take that long. On first impression, I thought it was going to be kind of like a story event. Like basically like a... almost like Dokkan All-Stars type of thing. Maybe something that took a little bit of time, but not this much time. But geez, oh man, bro, this is a process. I'm pretty sure we have the defense with this guy. And we might get the attack boost right now. If these guys hit them like 1 or 2 more times. Ooh, okay. Goku out here doing double supers. Respect. This guy's at 55%, but I was, nice enough to give him some additional boosters. Alright, very nice, very nice, very cool, very cool. Alright, so I don't get it, I don't understand. Is this going to be the full power if I do it right now, or no? I don't get it. It's really confusing me, honestly. My bar is done, so shouldn't it be full power time now, right? Am I right or am I wrong? I honestly can't tell. Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because it looks like it's full power. I don't know why it's saying 1 more turn. Maybe it's like you can't do it yourself, but the bar is full. That's what's confusing me. The bar is full. As you can tell, I have not used this active skill that much. Let's see. The bar is full. Okay, this looks like a full power Spirit Bomb to me. This looks like something that should do like two bars worth of damage, in my opinion. Okay. Where's my energy? Where's the wishes? There you go. Thank you, Dragon Balls! See you later, you stupid idiot. You dumb, disgusting bum. Although he's technically Spirit Bombing himself. You know what they say, sometimes your worst enemy is yourself. There we go. Come on. Come on, baby. Alright, that was a decent amount of damage. That was not as much as I thought it was going to be, but it was a decent amount. Let's go ahead and save all these orbs for Super Saiyan, Goku, and Gohan, because goddamn do they need it. 20 key, they're guaranteed another super. We might have ended it this turn right here. Come on. Fingers crossed, because Gohan and Goku, they're not exactly the tankiest lot, so they're going to take a bit of damage. I'm hoping it ends this turn, because I don't even want to see it go another turn. I just want it to be done. I want it to be over with. I want it nada. No more. Bye-bye. Okay, come on. Nice dodges. Some nice dodge. Yo, Goku, Vegeta and Trunks, they are basically the MVP tanks this game, bro. They out here taking hits. They out here being slow in units. They blessing us. Come on. Let's get a crit here. Come on. Oh my goodness, dude. Oh, God damn, bro. Look at this. Like, look at how much we got to do just to get this one bar down. All right, come on, bro. Come on. 8 million attack. Let's get a crit. Let's end it here. Come on. Come on, go. Yo, they still not dead. Yo, die, bro. Die. 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 Go away. Go home. Put this bum in the shower. They still alive. These guys are really still alive. Are you out your mind? Are you out of your mind? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, okay. Look at this. Yo, that's kind of BS. So you can get unlucky here. You can get unlucky and basically have it show up where they're basically in the middle, or they're after turn 1. Earlier was after turn 1. That's crazy unlucky. All right, just because they disrespected Goku and Gohan, we gonna end it with Gohan. We gonna hit him with the Chow Marigatsu, hit him with that shit, put these bombs in the shower. Goodbye, good luck, good night. You're dead, you're done, you're cooked, goodbye. This event probably is so much easier with a full cooler team, because I can already see, like, you build up the coolers. You get there. I have a better cooler, though. That's a problem. I have a better cooler. So you end up getting their active skill late. Oh, man. Probably do so much damage. Okay, we did it. Terrific. We finally beat the event. 4 missions completed. That's it. There's no 9th anniversary yet. That's not here yet. In the future, we're going to have to worry about it. But for now, we are done. Oh, okay. They actually have special conditions. Within challenge event. 8th anniversary battle within 4 turns. Okay, so the challenge event 8th once by defeating Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So all those different things that we just did, where we went like the right path versus the left path. There's a mission, go the left path. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's actually pretty damn thoughtful. Damn, these people are nice, bro. The developers really care for us. They really care about a brother who's down on Dragon Stones. Thank you very much.